MSquad.
What's up, guys? My name's Michael, and we're in Linfield. It's beautiful. I'm going there someday. And we're gonna do a reaction video to an NBA fantasy draft with Steve Kerr, Reggie Miller, Chris Webber, Charles Barkley, the Jet Smith, and yeah. And subscribe to my subscribers that have here, and subscribe to MSquad. Let's do this.
At the best team ever, and tackle the age-old
Smith,
question.
Webber,
Who would you pick?
Ultimate All-Star
Welcome
Fantasy
to the
Draft.
Ultimate NBA All-Star Fantasy Draft. Here's your host.
You can see I have gold.
Thank you. How are you? Good to see you. Hey, welcome. Our All-Star Weekend coverage continues with what promises to be an hour filled with strategy, suspense, and trash talk. It's the ultimate NBA All-Star Fantasy Draft. 6 former
I forgot
NBA
his name.
players. We'll draft
What's
10
that guy's
players
name?
each,
I
selecting
forgot.
from the greatest NBA players of all time. On this board right here are 117 guys
Centers,
who were
forward.
all-stars
It goes
at
by
least 5 times.
positions
In addition,
and
there are
wild
a dozen
cards.
wild cards who also deserve consideration. So in the
Like
next
Connie
60 minutes,
Hawkins.
60 players will be chosen as we mark the 60th NBA All-Star Game. And later, we'll explain how you, the fans, can tell us who has the strongest team. Let me say this about the 6 former players, or for the purposes of this show, the 6 general managers in this draft. If there were a Mount Rushmore of NBA greatness,
Oh, and Kevin
these 6
McHale.
would
I knew I
certainly pay
forgot
good money
someone.
to see it. They will.
I think he's funny.
They will start the ultimate NBA All-Star Fantasy Draft
See
in
who
order
wins?
of most All-Star appearances. And since Charles Barkley has 11 All-Star appearances, he will, in a few moments, have the first pick. Have you been doing a lot of homework, Charles?
Yeah, I played for 16 years. That's a plenty.
The second pick will belong
Guess that's
representing the
homework.
big green machine, Kevin McHale.
I did a lot of studying too, Ernie.
We're off to a flying start. The third selection, even though both Reggie Miller and Chris Webber are 5-time All-Stars, Reggie has more NBA Finals appearances, so he will have the third selection.
Well, it's only one NBA final, so sorry, Chris.
One.
Yeah. I wasn't going to
Reggie
point
went to
that out.
NBA
For the
Finals?
Boom Baby Daggers, it's Reggie Miller. Chris Webber, as we point out, is the number 4 selection. The Super Friends, the name of your team. Why, Chris?
Yeah, you know, I played on, that's my first organized basketball team. AAU team, was 12 years old. We got to name the team. What's up, Coach Curtis Hervey? And so I'm bringing the AAU, my team,
Nice.
up here to the draft today.
That was very special.
None of them on the board.
The fifth pick will belong to, again, we have to break a tie here because
The
while Steve
Lonely
Kerr and Kenny
Express.
Smith have no All-Star appearances, Steve Kerr does have 5 championship rings compared to Kenny's 2. So the 5th pick belongs to, representing the Luke Longley Express, Steve Kerr.
Thank you, Ernie.
Luke Longley.
Express.
I guarantee you Luke ain't on that board.
He's a wild card.
And the final pick of the first round will belong to the 2-time NBA champion, the Jet, Kenny Smith. Aim high is the team.
That's all we do. That's your team. Right. We aim high. We never aim low, and we will win this charity event. Oh,
Yeah,
It's
you
not,
won.
not really a charity event.
Oh, okay, I'm getting out of here.
Actually, no.
Big time. There is no way I could possibly do a show of this magnitude by myself. I do need a sidekick, a co-host, if you will.
Sidekick.
And so it is my
Yes,
pleasure to
sidekick.
introduce
Pick
to you
me.
the
Pick
wife
me.
of Kenny the Jet
Oh, my
Smith.
gosh. Family affair.
We call her the lovely Gwendolyn Osborne Smith.
Gwendolyn Osborne Smith. I think that's Kenny Smith's sister or wife. I forgot which.
The wife of Kenny the Jet Smith.
Or she aim low. low. Her team is aim low.
Yeah, she
I ain't say that, Chuck.
He's the name of her team is Aim Low.
Let me just say this, Gwendolyn. Let me just say this, Gwendolyn. I've worked with Kenny for a good 12 years now, and already your work ethic far surpasses his. I really don't think we needed the 6 or 7 hours last night to go through the rundown, but I do appreciate you.
Sorry, Kenny, forgot to tell you about that.
Neiman Marcus.
Let's get to the rules.
Trust me, Kenny, you don't go to Neiman Marcus.
Let's get to the rules for the Ultimate All-Star Fantasy Draft. There will be 10 rounds. It is a sneak format, meaning you go 1 through 6, and then that number 6 pick has the first pick of the next round. So it continues through 10 rounds. NBA players, as we pointed out on the board, with at least 5 All-Star appearances, and then there are the dozen wild cards who don't fit that criteria. 24 seconds to make your selection. If you do not make a selection in 24 seconds, if there is a violation, you will be penalized. I don't think that's going to happen, but we are prepared if it does. And there are no trades allowed. When we come back, who will be the number 1 pick? Charles Barkley will answer that with the first selection right after this.
There's no commercials.
And on TNT, and we're ready to begin the Ultimate NBA All-Star Fantasy Draft. First 2 rounds.
Charles is going to pick.
The first pick belongs to the Chuckster, representing the rebounders. Charles, who's the first pick? Let me guess.
Allen Iverson.
Wow.
Not
Are you
MJ.
serious?
Yep.
Is Michael Jordan not on your list?
He's on my list, but I look at the All-Star game. It's a point guard dominated game. Has the
He just
ball
picked
most
Allen
of the
Iverson.
time. I picked Allen Iverson.
This is not an all-star game
Not
we're
an all-star
doing.
game. This is your greatest team you can assemble.
Well, it's too late now.
Yeah.
Too late.
Now,
Oh
second
my
pick
God,
belongs
pick
to
it
the big green machine, Kevin McHale.
Yeah, well, sorry, Chuck. Now you screwed up my plan. What am I going to do?
Here's an
I
adjustment.
quit. Well, the big green machine is not getting off the guy he was going for. Another guy.
Gonna do Celtics.
Larry Bird, my teammate, 3-time world champion, 12-time All-Star.
Wow.
Makes everybody better. Could dominate the game by taking 10 shots. He'd have 17
No one picked
points.
MJ.
12
All right.
No.
Yeah, he was good. Okay, Reggie Miller. Reggie Miller, you have the third
No one
pick.
picked
Are
MJ.
y'all kidding me?
No, don't do
we're
it,
not.
Reggie, because I'm going to get it.
Are y'all kidding me?
Because I know you're going to take.
You gonna tell me I have a chance to take the greatest player of all time?
Oh,
Sam Bowie.
Reggie!
All the battles we had in the Central Division, I'm going with Air Jordan.
There you
Michael
go.
Jordan. Are you kidding me?
There we go. With 6
Well, I
seconds on
already
the
know
clock.
I'm picking. I get Kevin McHale, but
History repeats itself.
Exactly.
He went
Again.
third
You went
back
with
in
Sam Bowie.
1984. I'm just asking.
He went with
if y'all
Hakeem
had
Olajuwon, and I got Michael
Charles, Charles, that's past history. It's Chris Webber's pick. He's number 4. Go ahead, Chris.
Yeah,
Super
I'm
friend.
thinking. I'm just looking.
Wow, it's the first round, and you're going to have to bore over that?
Yeah, because I got some options. I'm
First
going
of all,
with-
he's got 5 pages of notes up here.
I'm going with a big fella. I need to get
oh my gosh.
10 seconds on the clock.
10
Like
seconds.
10
I am
seconds.
going with I'm going with Wilt Chamberlain.
Wilt Chamberlain is the number 4
Wilt Chamberlain,
pick.
what the still?
And we move on to Steve Kerr with the Luke Longley Express.
Well, first of all, the name of my team implies several things: winning, clogging the lane,
Clogging is true.
quickness, clogging.
That's what all that stuff.
Clogging.
I didn't know that.
Clogging
Ten
I'm
seconds
opening
on the
myself
clock.
up. Sorry, Luke, but I just want to win. I'm going to take Bill Russell.
Bill Russell with all those
11
titles.
titles.
Of course, a great pick. And
It was between Russell and Iverson, but he picked Iverson.
which brings us to Kenny the Jet Smith with the last
Kenny?
pick of round 1 and the first pick of round 2.
Well,
That's
it's
pretty
great
good.
that in 24 seconds, my wife is actually going to respond to me. So,
She said that's how long it takes anyway.
Yeah. Now you got 10
You got 10 seconds on the clock.
Be comfortable.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is the last pick of the first round, and now the first pick of the second round, Jet.
I get the first pick of the second round as well. Babe, you want to make this pick for me?
No.
All right, so
Gwendolyn passes.
No, you
I'm going, you know what? We're going to stay in Laker country. Magic! Irvin Magic Johnson!
Oh, what a start for the guy with the last pick in the first round. What a start.
One of the best point guards.
Back to back.
Better than Allen Iverson.
And now,
Sorry,
Steve
I'm a fan, but
Steve Kerr is up next. All right, Steve, you're up.
Well, to continue my theme of defense and winning, I'm going to take my old teammate, Scottie Pippen.
Scottie
Scotty.
Pippen joining Bill Russell on the Luke Longley Express.
Scottie Pippen.
A phrase I never thought I'd utter. And now it's Chris Webber and the Super Friends.
Oh, man.
Oh, a lot of deep thought going into this, and I don't want to remind you too often of the shot clock.
Give me the big O.
Oh,
Oscar.
There we go.
very nice.
He got Oscar
All the
Robertson.
rebounds right now, all the assists.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay, the boom baby daggers of Reggie Miller.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm going to have a lockdown defending team. Because not only is no one going to score on Michael
Lockdown.
Jordan,
They already
but
have
no
MJ.
one's going to score on my centers, and you can appreciate this.
Hakeem?
I'm going with the dream. Hakeem Olajuwon.
I'll give you someone else. I'll give you someone else.
Kenny the Jet Smith teammate.
And I really enjoy the explanations you're giving going into this. It lends a lot of credence and expertise to the program, sort of. Okay, Kevin, you are up here at round 2.
Kinda. All right, staying with my green theme, I'm gonna go with Shaq Daddy, who is wearing the green right now. Multiple champion. Hold down the paint. He versus Russ and Wilt.
This was like later, so Shaq was still in
And
it.
now the guy who
But he was
surprised
pretty
the
old.
world with his... Are you looking for someone else who has played...
Tim Perry?
You're looking for somebody else who's played in Turkey?
Charles.
Hold on. Neil Johnson.
You know, Turkoglu is Turkoglu available.
Might be George Jordan of Turkey.
George Yard.
5 seconds.
Oh my God, he's
3.
wasting time.
Moses Malone.
Moses Malone.
Allen Iverson.
They played together for a while.
Charles Barkley. And Charles' team appropriately named the rebounders because he's going to have to rebound if he wants to win.
Is it my pick?
The first 12 picks have been made. The big board reveals the big names yet to be picked. There are
And
some
I
big
think
ones
Charles
still
is
out there,
doing it
obviously.
next.
We're only through 2 rounds. Back with more right after this.
I think so. Comment down below who later in the
Charles
video
begins
who you
round
think
3,
had
and
the
of course,
best.
he began the proceedings with a pick that surprised even
Team.
Allen Iverson with Allen Iverson. So start round 3 now with your next selection.
He picks Jack Twyman. I picked 4 hours.
Who's Jack Twyman?
We have 10 seconds.
I am going to go with Tim Duncan.
Oh, wow.
Tim Duncan.
Groundhog Day goes to the Chuckster and Kevin McHale, who is gone. Larry Bird, Shaquille O'Neal. Pick 3 is?
And he's a guy that I have a long time to talk. I have 23 seconds left. A guy that I drafted years ago, Minnesota, now playing for the Celtics. Kevin Garnett, great defender.
Oh, yeah,
Didn't come out
Kevin
there.
Garnett.
He's played in, what, 14 All-Star games.
Yeah.
And I tell you what, a great forward.
Okay, so Kevin Garnett continues the Celtic run for the Celtic legend, Kevin McHale. Reggie, you're up.
Well, I need a true point guard
Reggie.
to get the ball to Michael
Oh,
Jordan
this is gonna be fun.
and Hakeem Olajuwon. I'm going to go with the all-time assist leader, John Stockton.
Oh,
John Stockton
God,
going
that's
in
good.
Round 3,
Okay.
solid pick by Reg.
It's all right.
Top
Super
3,
friend.
top 10, 20 best players.
I need somebody to combat that. I already have Oscar that can play both positions. I'm going to move him to the 2 guard. Since Stockton's playing, I'm going to put Isaiah in that position and make Stockton worry about Isaiah. So I need Isaiah Thomas.
Isaiah Thomas.
Solid my point guard.
Isaiah.
Round 3. Steve Kerr watching intently from his second row perch.
Alex
Bill
English.
Russell, Scottie Pippen, and now in round 3?
I'm going to take Kobe Bryant.
Oh, he took my pick.
Oh.
I need a scorer.
Kobe.
I got 2 guys who defend like crazy. I need a closer. I need a guy who can defend to keep my defensive identity, but also score at the end of the game.
Kenny,
Kobe.
All right, we move on to Kenny the Jet Smith, who has back-to-back picks here to end round 3 and begin round 4.
Laker flavor, going by Kenny.
Well, we're going to really bring this home right now.
Well, I bet you can. It's 14 seconds. You better start
Yeah.
bringing that thing
10
home.
seconds, now you're in a
Hurry,
couple.
Kenny.
Julius
Yes, the Dr. Irving.
Hey, Dr. J completes round 3 for Kenny the Jet, and we start the clock again in round 4.
Oh,
Kenny,
the clock is
don't
up?
stop
No, I
like
shouldn't get my whole 24 for the other one.
Yeah, you got 19.
So I have right now, I have my backcourt. I need another backcourt mate with my guy.
You do?
So you know what? To make it real easy,
Who's he gonna pick?
I need a guy.
5 seconds. Hurry up. 5 to
Hurry
go.
up!
Jerry West, the logo.
Jerry West!
Logo. Jerry West.
Jerry West.
Round 4 underway.
My team is hot.
Yeah, and a distinct Laker flavor
team's might be a
along
little
with
better.
Julius Erving. Steve Kerr, you're up.
I think this one's pretty easy. LeBron still there?
He is still there.
I'll take LeBron.
LeBron James.
Because you know why? He's young. He's in his prime. These other guys are all really old.
They're all older.
He's in his prime. In this.
That's an excellent point. So LeBron goes to the Luke Longley Express. Wilt Chamberlain, Oscar Robertson, and Isaiah Thomas forming the first 3 picks for Chris Webber's Super Friends. Who's the 4th selection?
Man, someone just took Jerry West.
Yeah, that was Kenny.
That was me.
Yeah, someone
Ooh, you're down to 9 seconds.
took LeBron James.
Hurry!
Oh, man.
5 seconds.
5, 4.
Pressure.
3, 2.
Give me Dominique.
Dominate.
Just under the wire, he got Dominique Wilkins.
Dominique.
I know where I'm going.
And beads of sweat coming off the brow.
Panic. There's a panic pick.
Just got off my
Panic pick.
I know, yeah, it is.
That was a panic
He
pick.
took Kobe, man. Oh.
Excellent job. Excellent job again by the
Genius.
lovely,
That's not fair.
the lovely
Put me on the
Gwendolyn.
clock.
And okay, we're down to the baby boom daggers of Reggie.
Boom, baby.
Miller.
Get it right.
Reggie.
Boom, baby, yeah.
I tell you what. See, I have flexibility here.
Really?
I'm going to move
and you have
Hakeem
15
Olajuwon to my power forward position, his true position, and I need a big man.
He's trying
And I'm going to go with the
position
Admiral.
stuff.
David Robinson
Ooh,
is my center.
David Robinson.
I like that.
Anybody else like that?
It's all right.
I'm not.
I like that.
I'm not jumping up and down. I can tell you that.
Bring the ball inside if you like.
He's going to back up.
Bring the ball
And I
inside
did.
if you
A lot of
like.
us guys who could score, and we're afraid of those guys.
Kevin McHale is on the clock at 20 seconds now.
All right, and again, you know, staying with the green flavor, you got a guy who's got 13 All-Star games under his belt,
And
8
another
championships.
Boston
Johnny
Celtic.
Hondo Havlicek. I don't know how you can't take him.
John
Hondo just
Havlicek.
wins. That's all he does. He just wins.
This is an amazing streak of the big green machine in keeping with the theme. Excellent job.
Yes.
Chuck, 24 seconds on the clock and now underway. And joining Allen Iverson, Moses Malone, and Tim Duncan. Chuck, you're up.
Bueller.
Wake up. I'm going to go. Hey, I need an
Oh, hey,
outside
Bueller. There's
shooter.
Bueller.
I'm going with Reggie Miller.
Reggie Miller.
Selection of someone on the panel. By the way, you can vote for yourself. And if Charles had known that, it wouldn't have been Reggie Miller.
No, I got my
It wouldn't have been
position.
Allen Iverson.
Okay, when we come back, we're going to hit
Still
the
so
midway point
surprised that
of
he
the
picked
Ultimate
AI.
NBA All-Star Fantasy Draft. Keep it here on TNT.
I like my team.
There's a funny part, I think.
I told you you were too close, but nobody ever listened.
NBA All-Star Fantasy Draft. Charles starts round 5, and in the commercial break, a lot of stuff going around in that cranium of yours.
Hey,
what are you doing here
Your,
to
your,
start round
your
5?
last name was Osborne?
Yes.
You were married to Ozzy Osbourne?
Oh my God.
Robert Osborne.
Okay. I am going to go. I need a 3-man. But this guy is too good.
6 seconds.
5. James Worthy.
Big game James
James
going in
Worthy.
round 5
Goes to Duncan Slay.
to the rebounders.
There's another guy Iverson won't pass to.
Alex English kid.
Big James or Reggie.
That's my favorite.
The big green machine, it's been true to his word, has been Kevin McHale. So who do you take in round 5?
Again, I don't know why these guys they must not have ever watched old black and white films because
We're not as old as you.
I know.
True.
You know, they do, but they have nothing to do with basketball. Go ahead.
Okay, I don't know. I even touch that. But
7 seconds.
the Wizard of Worcester, Bob Cousy, 13
Whoa.
All-Star
Bob
appearances,
Yeah.
Cousy.
6 World Championships. I mean, this guy can play. Revolutionized the point guard before Kenny was there.
Oh,
The Celtic run. The Celtic run continues.
Celtic run. Dang. You can think of all these Celtic.
That is a shot. And Bob Cousy too with one hand.
The clock has started.
Stayed on his right. I would have stayed on his right.
The clock has started on Reggie Miller. Sorry, but I know you're quick on your feet. Go ahead. Or maybe you're not. 10 seconds.
No, I'm going to return the favor. I need toughness. Along to go along with my.
Come on with this buddy ball, man.
I'm going with Sir Charles Barkley.
Charles, that's
Charles.
I pick myself.
Besides Allen Iverson.
You're right. You're right. I've seen your team. Okay.
Thank you, Reggie.
You got it.
it, baby.
That was very nice, Reg. Super Friends, Chris Webber up.
I was going to take Charles, but I'm going to take my partner and the man that Charles said was the hardest guy for him to guard.
That's
and that's part of the Green Machine.
All right.
And that's my man, Kevin Miller. I need a power forward.
Tuesday night. It's a Tuesday night type thing. We're a union.
I can feel the fan night love.
I got you.
I'm wearing green.
That's right, baby.
But it's the
Start the
Ducks.
clock.
Now, y'all talking about Allen Iverson don't pass the ball.
Oh, hey, P. Murray.
Kevin was a
Okay. Charles, you're taking
right
time
about
away
that.
from the Luke Longley Express where the clock has gotten down to 15 seconds.
I was going to take Kevin. You just stole my pick, so I'm going to have to go with the next best power forward on the board since I got my wings all set.
6 seconds.
Karl Malone.
Carl.
Did it again.
See what happens when you're the 6th pick?
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, but now Kenny is sitting again in the enviable spot of having those back-to-back picks here to end round 5 and start round 6. Jet?
Well, he really was gonna come off my bench, but I really have to think about this power forward thing later on. I'm just gonna go with Clyde.
Well,
the
Clyde.
Drexler.
Oh, you're done.
Oh, yeah, Clyde.
We want to play Kenny team first.
Clyde Drexler. Blazers. And University of Houston. Slammer Jammer.
Well, anyway, I know who my next pick is.
This breakfast really about Slammer Jammer.
Better be 10 seconds.
You doing all right tonight?
Gwendolyn, tell your husband it's 10 seconds left. 5
seconds now.
5 seconds now, Jet.
I'm getting defense. Gary Payton.
Very nice.
Wow. Gary Payton.
Of round
That's nice
6.
point guard.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know if C-Web wants to play as much anymore. Now, the Luke Longley Express.
I need some shooting and I need a point guard. So Steve Nash is the obvious pick.
Steve Nash.
Ooh. Okay. Wow.
Good pick.
Got a passing entry.
Very nice.
Oh, you got
Selling
Charles'
everyone a
seal of approval for what that is worth.
I'm not worried about that.
The Super Friends of Chris Webber, who has already challenged
damn.
Kenny the Jet's aim high.
He does not want to see us.
I'm up already. Oh, man.
17 seconds.
You know what? Let me get stronger inside, Pat Sajak, and give me Patrick Ewing.
Oh, man.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah.
Georgetown.
Work,
Big Georgetown.
Yeah. Pat, Kevin, Wilt, my
Absolutely.
3-man rotation in there.
And the Pat Sajak, I did hear that. Reggie Miller and the Boom Baby Daggers up.
I've got toughness. I've got size.
This is funny.
I've got the greatest scorer in Michael Jordan. I need a spot-up shooter to run the floor. The all-time three-point shooter, Ray Allen.
Ray Allen, the selection in round 6.
Ray Allen.
Ray Allen. Most thirds.
Ray Allen.
That's
In round 6.
the ultimate show of respect.
That was.
Shooters got to stick together.
I guess they do.
Big Green Machine, it's been all Celtics for Kevin McHale.
And if you think I'm changing now, you're crazy. We're sticking on the train, baby. I tell you what.
He's on a
now,
roll
Russ has
with
got the most
the
rings
Celtics.
at 11, and you stole them from me. Very disappointed. The next guy with the most rings in NBA history
Jones?
is Sam Jones. Stop and pop, come up there.
I knew that from the documentary about him.
Take shots left and right, and if you play him in ping pong, he'll kill you. And pool, and anything else you can play with him.
Yeah, just wore it out, wore the glass out. Could really.
Beautiful and great guy. Isn't that right, Chico? There you go.
And
I got the Chico seal of approval.
Oh, very good. Chuck, the clock has begun for the final pick of round 6.
You know, I got everything I need, but I'm going to take a big guy with my first selection.
You already took your first selection.
I know. With my next pick, I'll get 2 picks in a row, numbnuts.
Yeah, we got to take a commercial break in between there.
Let's go with the great Jerry Lucas.
Jerry Lucas.
I like that, boy.
That's
A
all.
lot of range. Chuck, he shot threes easy.
And he falsified his stats, too, because ain't nobody got that many rebounds. I have to be some trickeration going on.
And he has a tremendous memory as well. Jerry Lucas, the final pick of round 6.
I asked him, did he know you? He didn't remember you.
That's the one thing he can't remember.
You weren't in the phone book, Ernie. You weren't in the phone book.
6 picks down. That's right. 4 to go. Who's left on the big board as we look over here and we go to break? There are some names over there that, in fact, Chris Webber's over there still, and Dwight Howard. Oh, look at
Dwayne Wade.
Yeah, a lot of decisions to be made when we come back.
What if someone picks Chris?
As the ultimate NBA All-Star Fantasy Draft moves on, the decisions get tougher as we make our way to the 7th of 10 rounds. Charles, you are on the clock.
Ernie,
Yes.
big guys, you can never have enough of them. I need a point guard.
So what does that mean?
Pick a point guard then.
And you also have 11
You have
seconds.
2 picks.
Even my wife did that. I'm sorry, my man. I got to pass on you. I'm gonna go with the great Dave Cowens.
Dave Cowens, the selection of
Dave Cowens, I guess.
the rebounders.
Man, that was a hurtful pick. I was looking at Mr. C coming to my team.
It's been all Celtics for Kevin McHale.
I know
That
he's going
continue
with
here
next.
in
I
round
can
7.
guess.
Another one there for you.
There's a few more Celtics because this is, you know what? Since I have 19 seconds. Really, the only team that could be completely green or is the only team that you could have a team that could compete in this thing would be the Lakers or the Celtics, honestly, of all the players. It wouldn't be the Pacers. Reggie, don't get upset. Okay, and so I'm going to go with my point guard, Tiny Archibald.
Tiny Archibald. Kenny, the Jet Smith's idol growing up, as a matter of fact.
Yes, he was.
Tiny Archibald.
No, he said
I had no idea.
it was Walter Berry.
That's Kenny Smith's idol?
Left-handed low
Reggie
jumper.
Reg, you're up.
Just because I don't want to tax John Stockton too much,
Don't do it to me, Reg.
I need a bigger point guard.
Damn it.
Do it, Reg. Seriously, man, you keep stealing on me.
So I am going to
Chris.
go with
Seconds.
Don't do it to me, Reg.
3.
Jason Kidd.
Ooh. Good pick, Reg.
That's a great pick.
Yeah, good pick.
I'm going to go with...
Met with widespread approval. That has to feel
This is
good, Reggie.
okay.
No, my team, right now, you would have to say my team clearly is head and shoulders above these clowns.
Now we clowns.
Chris, go ahead.
Nobody want to pass it.
Sorry, Chris.
Yeah,
the only
you
one?
took Jason Kidd, and so I'm going to go with Alex English.
Nice.
Ooh. Alex English,
One of the guys
Alex
that won
English.
the game after.
7. Steve Kerr has had very little to say aside from making his
English.
pitch. He has just been a very steady,
Alex.
very, I guess,
English.
measured kind of a demeanor
intimidation.
today.
Alex.
And here in round 7, where are you going?
It's all business, Ernie. I mean, Bill Russell needs a backup. I'm going to take Dwight Howard. Got to protect the rim.
Dwight Howard.
Dwight Howard.
Plus, all the people voting online, they only know the young guys anyway.
just
So I
wish
got
he was-
LeBron, I got Howard.
He's actually
I got
doing
Nash.
okay with the Hornets.
You're sliding all the people in
Come on,
the
Dwight Howard.
Hey, you don't even know who Bill Russell
Slide
is.
it.
The big green machine is done there.
Method.
And
Jones, Archibald.
Kemba Walker's from
Celtic
Utah.
Nation will know who to vote for. I'm
What's
telling
it?
you
To the Kerr madness.
Just
Okay,
not.
Kenny, back-to-back picks.
Well, I might say again, you look beautiful today.
Oh, thank you. And so does Gwendolyn.
You have something right here.
Okay. I'm getting it off. I'm going to go in the wild card area.
Wild
Oh,
card.
the first of the day.
And I'm going with one of the greatest scorers of all time, Connie Hawkins.
Yes.
Wow.
He's done.
He played forward.
He can leave the day.
Yeah, Kenny, he original. I want to play your team first.
You
know
No.
the original.
I like the Hawk.
Dr. J.
I like the Hawk.
You got one defender on your team. That's all right.
Yeah,
We're
I
scoring,
do
baby. You got one defender. Stop us.
All right,
Let's
let's see
go.
if Kenny sticks with the wild cards as we start round 8.
But
No,
I'll
you
let
know
you
what?
wish
I'm
Chris
gonna
Webber.
go. I need another
Good
power forward.
choice.
I just need some more size. One of the greatest players who changed the game. If it wasn't for him, there might not have been a Magic Johnson, Larry Bird game. And I'm going with the Big E, Elvin Hayes.
Big E.
12-time
I don't know
All-Star
how,
Elvin Hayes goes to start.
Oh, and Elvin Hayes went to
Zone,
University
Kenny,
of
'cause
Houston
y'all got no
too.
inside presence.
You never see. You could not guard the Big E.
No, the Big
I'ma
E
tell you,
is
I
right
got
there
Wilt
anyway.
Chamberlain. You could not guard. Wilt going for 120 that night. No, we gonna put Kareem. We didn't see what. And every free throw he missed, we come in there with Patrick Ewing and Kevin McHale to get the. All right, we'll see what you can guard Magic
All right,
with that.
the clock has started. The clock has started on Steve
Isaiah.
Kerr.
We put Oscar Robertson on it.
All right, Steve.
Can never have enough shooting, Ernie. And another young guy, relatively young compared to the rest of these guys on the board, Dirk Nowitzki.
Dirk.
He was one of the first European appearances, isn't it? Is that it, Ernie? Is that the first?
Yeah.
All right, Super Friends.
Yes, I need another shooter. I'm going to go with my man, Chris Mullin. I need another shooter.
Chris Mullin.
Really, defense really was going to win your.
Oh, I mean,
Alex English and Chris Mullin. I need a shooter. It's the 8th round. Can I pick a shooter? I mean, just because you got.
We have to have a way to get those teams of Chris Webber and Kenny Smith together at some point.
See, I mean, those are my shooters off the bench. Man.
Reggie Reg.
I need toughness coming off my bench. And this guy's as tough as they come. I'm going with
Oh my gosh.
Alonzo Mourning.
Good pick.
I'm going with Alonzo Mourning. You all hear the good picks?
I know. You have
Alonzo Mourning.
Alon.
It's either
You
looking at the wrong page, Jim.
Reggie, you
That's
hear
what's looking at Chris Webber's team.
You hear good kick or you hear groans from the second deck. I mean, it's excellent job. Okay, Big Green Machine is up. Kevin.
Big Green Machine's up, and I tell you what, I'm going to go with another one of my teammates.
Oh, there's a shock.
Yeah, I know. My man, Robert Parrish, locked down the middle. I tell you what, that guy, in the new era where you move on picks and get out and move your feet, he'd be an awesome block shots, the most dependable guy I ever played with, Robert Parrish.
You really
always
selling
had your
him,
back.
Yes, he's certainly.
You really selling that car.
Charles, you have been, you've had a few picks taken away from you, it appears, in the last handful. Where are you going to go here to end round eight?
Ernie, I need a point guard. Reggie Stoll, Jason Kidd.
12 seconds.
I'm going to go with Darren Williams.
Darren Williams.
Okay.
Is this thing still on?
Darren Williams.
Really?
No offense,
I
Darren.
like Darren Williams.
Obviously you do.
And two times in the last
my
years,
God.
a lot of people liked him too when he only made 2 All-Stars.
And so that
Darren
Might as
Williams.
well put
That's
me and
2
Steve.
more than you.
You should have put me and Steve.
Darren Williams. You have a ton of players.
It ain't
Still good
7
point
more
guard.
rings than us.
Darren Williams.
7 more rings.
Darren Williams made no All-Star game to USC.
But you put out 7 rings together. Where's his at?
for our
Sounds good.
GMs, there are just
Me and Steve.
Talk
2
about what a
rounds
bad
left.
shooter he is when he ain't here.
Picks 9 and 10.
You
are
have
just
Walt
around the
Frazier.
bend as the ultimate NBA All-Star fantasy draft.
Who's the best shooter in the year?
You have Walt Frazier and Big Darren Williams.
Hi, I'm a T-Mobile My
Evelyn has noticed something on the big board here as we go to the last 2 rounds.
I have, Ernie. We have 2 rounds left, and we still have our own Chris Webber, Steve Kerr, and my Kenny Smith up on this board. So I'm wondering what's going to happen.
Well, let me make it happen. One of those days is gonna be gone, and the other 2 still gonna be there.
I feel sorry for Chris and Steve.
All right, let's start round 9. You're on the clock, Chuckster.
Oh, this guy's too good. This guy's too good for me to turn down. I'm gonna go with Kevin Durant.
Oh, he's going to the wild card. As Kenny did
Hey.
earlier.
Hey,
I like my teams.
There's not enough balls to go around.
Kevin Durant.
He's on your team and you don't like it.
I'll tell you this.
We was on your team.
We'll be nice in the Rucker. We will be nice in the Rucker League.
You got a teammate already wanting to trade.
The clock has started on Kevin McHale.
We're not playing in the record league. We're playing in the NBA, and we got to get champions. Exactly.
Champion.
We got to get champions.
Chris already talking trade.
12 seconds left for Kevin.
Don't worry, I got another Celtic here, staying with the green theme. I'm going to go with the truth. Paul Pierce. Need a guy that can fill it up a little bit, make some shots.
That's
defending
easy, that's
three-point defending 3-point champion, Paul Pierce, my guy, the truth.
Kevin McHale staying green through 9 rounds of the ultimate draft.
Kevin, I
boom,
want to be.
boom, baby. How about it, Reg?
I need a little bit more scoring, especially coming off my bench.
I got a guy for you.
Don't do it again. No, don't say it. Don't do it.
I got a guy for you.
Don't say it.
I need a little bit
I'm
more
going to be very
scoring.
disappointed if he's not both today, too.
And I can rest MJ and not lose anything.
Oh, he took him.
5
I'm
seconds.
going with Flash. Dwayne Wade.
Wayne Wade in round
You were going with?
9. That is not who I wanted you to select.
No, good. I got
Because
him.
I'm going. Ernie, that should be a penalty on McHale for taking every guy who played for the Celtics.
Why? Why?
That's just not fair. That's just homerism.
No, it's just homework.
what?
It's just homework.
Homerism.
Okay,
I made a word up, Reggie.
I like that word.
Thank you. Hey, thank you, Kevin McHale.
I'm with you, Chuck.
not the first time that's happened. Okay, Super Friends, Chris Webber's up.
Oh, man, I'm going to have to go with another scoring
Homerism.
champ. I'm going to have to go with George Gervin. I need just some more
George
Gervin.
Gervin.
Scoring. You like that? Yeah.
Gervin.
Forget you.
Iceman in round 9.
You ain't got nobody checking me. Do not take my man, Steve Kerr.
The Luke Longley Express.
I was
Take
actually
him.
thinking about taking Kenny right here.
I'll take
Were you really?
Well, but I need some toughness, some defense, and some unselfishness.
We just called Kenny selfish.
$50 and $15 play.
You can put him back. I'm going to go with the late, great DJ.
Dennis Johnson.
Dennis Johnson.
Just win.
And DJ lays it in.
Excellent. Yeah, Rick, excellent shot. Absolutely.
How can you take my last pick? That wasn't even right.
We can talk trade later.
All right, I want Russell too.
Kenny looked absolutely like you were stunned by that shot up against the ropes. And
That
you
was a close one, too. You had decided to pick out
okay,
those two.
you're on the clock, Kenny. You
I'm
got
on the clock, and they talking on my
back-to-back picks. Here we go.
Well, you know what? This is an easy one. And he's going to actually move into my starting lineup, Ernie.
Is he?
Wow. The great Elgin Baylor.
Ooh, that's a good pick. That's a good pick. Kenny.
Elgin Baylor.
Elgin can play.
Round out.
There are no bad picks on this.
Time All-Star. Are you kidding me? How did he even get on the board?
Underrated.
Let's start the final round of the ultimate NBA All-Star Fantasy Draft with Kenny the Jet.
Well, this is the final round?
This is the final
Well, I'm
round.
going to tell you, I've been left on the board a lot of times, but I won't be left on this daggone board. A lot of times I should have made the All-Star team. Yeah, make that All-Star. I don't care what happens. Put it over there yourself. I'm not going to be like that. I'm going to take it.
Oh, hey, Kenny. Shot clock violation. It's a shot clock. No.
I said it. He can't do it. I said it.
It is a shot clock violation.
Go to the tape. Go to the tape. You heard my name.
That is a
I
shot
said it as I walked over.
That is a shot clock
I
violation.
said it as I walked over.
Here's the penalty.
It's okay. He'll still be on the board later. He can still take him later.
Here's the way the penalty is. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 names here that we've chosen at random. And one of these is your pick.
Yep.
Here we go. I will pick this.
No, see, y'all heard me say Kenny Smith.
What if these will be his picks?
Kenny Smith.
Oh, here's Kenny.
I'm not going to be left off. I want to play with Magic. I want to play with Kareem. I want to play with Jerry West.
You got the man you wanted.
I want to be on the floor. I want to be on the floor.
All right, let's.
There goes team chemistry.
The Luke Longley Express with your final pick of the draft.
You know what? I always
Take
wanted to be
yourself.
on an all-star team too, but
Take yourself, Chris.
Nah,
Take yourself, Steve. Never again you'll get to play with Bill
I
Russell,
averaged 6
Scottie
points a
Pippen,
game in my career.
But you'll never get a chance to play with Bill Russell, Scottie Pippen, and Kobe Bryant and LeBron. You better take yourself.
3 seconds.
Hurry up.
Grant Hill.
Oh no, Steve, I'm disappointed.
Grant
You want to
Hill.
justify your bad selection? When is ever is he going to get a chance to play with these great players? You do know this is just fiction, don't you? Oh, this is fiction? Yeah. We don't really get to play with these guys? Oh, well, I want myself then.
Clock is ticking on C-Web. Final pick.
My final pick. I'm going to go with... I need another scorer.
You need a lot.
We just gonna beat you. We just posted y'all up.
You need a lot.
3 seconds.
I'm going to go with Rick Barry, but I'm going to take myself.
Oh, okay.
All right. You're going to go with Chris Waddle.
Yeah, I'm going to go with that guy.
Steve, you should have taken yourself.
Chris Webber. Round class.
I just couldn't get left off the board.
Seriously, I was.
There are 3 picks left. If my guy doesn't get picked,
Well,
I'm going to be very disappointed. Okay.
You was going to take Chris.
Reggie Reg.
You're not going to leave Steve on the board, are you? That ain't right.
Well, I'll tell you what. This man won a championship when he told the great Michael Jordan, hey,
give me the
they're
ball.
going to double team you. I guarantee you, I'll be wide open, and I will knock the shot.
2, 1.
Stevie Kerr, all right? Spot up, Stevie. Little Stevie, spot up.
There you go. And we're down to 2 picks. I'm telling you, Kevin McHale. My guy has got to be chosen here. My guy, I'm depending on you.
Well, if he wore green, he has a good chance. I'll tell you that right now. Okay. Right now, I stand at 38 rings won with my team, which by far surpasses everybody else. So just to add more rings to the thing, Tommy the Hawk Heinsohn. 8 championship rings for the Hawk.
Talk about
running hook.
I hope y'all got a hot tub time machine.
This isn't today. This is when they're in the prime.
That's really good.
10 Celtics for Kevin McHale here in the Ultimate Fantasy Draft, and the final pick belongs to the man who began the proceedings with the selection of Allen Iverson. And he ended the proceedings
Oh my God, Chuck.
with the selection of
Ike, what was his name?
I'm going to go with Bob Lanier. Okay.
Ooh, the
Nice
dauber.
pick.
That's
Nice
a good
pick.
pick.
No, well, it
Big
meets,
lefty in
meets
the
with
post.
approval. And so six GMs with 10 picks, 60 players on the board.
Who got left on the board, Ernie, that you would have taken?
Pete Maravich, man.
I know. I had the pistol down there.
Oh,
I had the pistol down. It was me or the pistol. I took myself.
And you know what? I'll tell you.
Wait, you took the pistol?
I'll tell you one other thing. All 6 of you guys are going to be hearing from Miss Mary. So the teams are all complete, and when we come back, we'll explain how you can let us know which team you think is the best. We'll be back.
Celtic Nation.
I love my team. Yeah, okay.
You better.
I do.
Just look at my top 5.
Come on, are you kidding me?
Welcome back to Geico Radio. It's savings on the radio.
Kate from Mill Valley. It's all yours.
Well, I'm shopping.
Which of our general managers has the best ultimate NBA All-Star fantasy team? To vote, log on to nba.com/TNT Fantasy Draft after the show. There you can see all of their selections and vote for the best team. The winner on Inside the NBA on Sunday after the All-Star game. Guys, before we wrap up, when you take a look at who's still left on the board, just give me a few names. Shout out a few names that you wish you could have picked if you had a little more.
Walt Clyde Frazier.
JoJo White.
Exactly.
Adrian Dantley. David Thompson and Dikembe Mutombo for me.
How about Bob Pettit with the most All-Star Game MVPs?
Bernard King and Rick Barry.
In other words, he didn't care about Bob Pettit.
Yeah, not so much.
Well, Bob Pettit would have had his hands full with Shaquille
A guy that gave me so many problems during my playing career, Joe Dumars.
And Willis Reed, New York's finest.
Yeah. Now, okay, let me do this in the time we have remaining. Since the fans are going to be voting on which team they think is best, I'll let you give like a 20-second sales pitch on why your team should be selected. Go first, Charles.
I love my team. I'm great. I do. I'm solid at every position. I got Allen Iverson who can score on anybody. I got Darren Williams. Those are 2 great point guards. I got Moses and Tim Duncan. I got Jerry Lucas and Gary Collins.
Okay.
I love my team.
Thank you. Kevin McHale.
Next time.
I'm not going to read all my guys off, but I tell you what, we have 46 championship rings right there. And this is about winning. This is not about the sexy picks. It's about winning basketball games. And if Steve Kerr hadn't stole Bill Russell from me, I'd have had the whip.
Reggie.
Well, you could take my 9 other guys off, and I'm going with one name, Michael Jordan. He put the fear in the hearts of just about everyone on that board. So Michael Jordan
my heart.
And name recognition.
And Charles is a starter on your team, correct?
Yes, he would. He's starting at my small forward.
Let me tell you something. If we were in a real game, I'd tank it to make sure my team won.
Super friends of Chris Webber. Sell me on your bunch.
I just went to go get icons. I got Wilt Chamberlain, arguably one of the greatest players ever. I know I'm going to get double-doubles. Then I backed that up with Oscar Robertson, Mr. Triple-Double, so I know everybody on the team's going to be happy and touch the ball. Isaiah, one of the best small point guards to play. I got Neek to score for me. I got the paint held down by the big fellas. And I have 2 scoring teams along with Chris Mullin shooting.
Isaiah Thomas. Wait.
Steve Kerr with the Luke Longley Express.
Greatest winner of all time, Bill Russell.
Pistons.
3 unbelievable wings, Pippen, Bryant, LeBron, and then 2 incredible shooters with Nash and Dirk Nowitzki. I like it. Nice mix.
Kenny the Jet Smith.
There would be no NBA logo if it wasn't for Jerry West.
It'd just be someone else.
No. Exactly. It'd be a different logo. It would be Josh. We would have a logo. And the best.
It'd be a jump man.
Best Air Jordan. Magic Johnson, Kareem. And then I just get to sit and watch it on the bench.
You posted your whole team. You got that part right. Again, now it's up to you, the fans. Get on NBA.com/TNT Fantasy Draft and cast your votes for the best team. For our 6 GMs, Charles Barkley, Kevin McHale, Reggie Miller, Chris Webber, Steve Kerr, and Kenny Smith. This is Ernie.
Baby.
Stay tuned now as TNT's coverage of All-Star Weekend continues.
If I could,
the best
I would
that
pick.
didn't win that year's contest, hosted by.
You already know.
Oh, no. Big Red Machine covered up.
Call your agent. My agent? Yeah. You were driving. You know, it's cool.
Well, guys, thanks for watching. My name's Michael, and I'm in Linfield. This is my brother's dorm. Can't see much, but yeah. And I'm MSquad, and subscribe to my subscribers that have channels, and subscribe to MSquad again. Okay. Well, thanks for watching. Peace!